Hey guys, Tiffany with another video, and as you guys saw in the title, this is going to be another one of my hauled it but how was it videos. Now, just in case you guys are new to my channel and you have no idea what exactly these videos are about, I actually have a complete playlist to the videos that I've recorded so far in this series, and I'll leave a link to it right here. But basically, these are videos where I come back and show you guys products that I've hauled at some point in time and just give you guys my complete overall thoughts on it. So this one is going to be kind of a special edition because it's only focusing on one brand, whereas my other videos I always try and include affordable products. Show you guys some high-end, and it's all different type of brands and all that good stuff. But this one is just going to be focused on the new Fenty beauty products that I recently picked up. In case you guys have not checked out that haul first impression type video where I actually showed the products out of the box and applied it on my face, I'll leave a link to that video here as well. But I've just had so many of you guys hit me up asking me about just my overall thoughts after using the foundation, the highlighters, and the lip product. Just what did I think overall, and do I feel like it's worth it before you guys go out and spend your money? So no more talking, let's get started. So first, I have to give a big, huge congratulations, high five to my girl Rihanna. I really feel like she did an amazing job for this to be her first release. I feel like she really showed a lot of companies that don't always make products for women and men of color for whatever reason that we are out here, and if you make it, we will buy it, because a lot of the deeper shades sold out online. They sold out in stores. Some of them it's still hard to get your hands on it, and it's not because she didn't make enough, because it took a while for the shades, especially online, to sell out. It's just because we're buying. So I really hope a lot of companies took some notes from Riri. I hope a lot of them are now woke and realize that we, and when I say we, I mean we buy makeup just as much as anybody else. So make the products and we'll spend our coin. But again, I just really love the fact that she also came out with this in Sephora. It was definitely accessible to a lot of people. It's not one of those things where, oh, you only have to get it from a specific site and you'll never be able to go in store and see how it works for you. I mean, like, everybody has a Sephora somewhere near them. So just kudos to Rihanna. But first, I will start out with the foundation. Now, of course, I did end up picking up two shades. If you guys remember from that video, I picked up the shade 390 and also the shade 400 just because I was unsure as to which one would work for me. I am going to take 400 back, just so you guys know. I'm going to take 400 back to the store, but I'm still trying to find my receipt. Not that I need it, but I'm just one of those people that always wants to have my receipt when I go in store. So as soon as I find it, it's somewhere in this room. I am going to take 400 back, but 390 is basically my perfect shade. Here is what the packaging looks like. If you guys also remember from that video, I don't like the packaging. I just really don't like the white top. I feel like it just gets so dirty and so messy, and whenever I use this, I always find myself having to clean off the top and also the pump. Now, as far as the foundation goes, I feel like this foundation is gorgeous. Although it is really tricky to find your shade, that's probably the biggest thing. It's really hard because there are so many different undertones for different shades. Like, you'll think, okay, well, if I just go in and get 390 because the person I saw on YouTube is this shade, it'll work. But no, because 380 may be a cool undertone, or 400 may be a red undertone. Like, you really have to go in store to find your shade. I would definitely suggest playing around in store if you can. But if you trust the people who you watch on YouTube and you know that you're close with them in color, then I mean, go ahead and try that out as well. But if possible, please go in store, because it took quite a few tries for me to end up getting the right shade. But I think I'm going to stick with 390. I really like how 390 looks. The finish of this foundation is absolutely amazing. Like, it is so beautiful. It's more of a soft matte finish, and it just ends up looking like your skin but better. Even though it's a matte, a lot of matte foundations tend to be a little bit heavy on the skin. This is not. It's ultra lightweight and I really love it, but it gives off so much coverage. With the foundation being as liquidy as it is when you first like apply it out of the pump, I wasn't expecting initial great coverage. I thought it was going to be something that you truly have to build up, but you don't. And a little bit of this foundation goes a long way. The key to this foundation is applying it and letting it sit. I like to apply it and let it sit before I start on any other steps of my face, because it just takes a while for the foundation to kind of just settle in how it's supposed to be. But baby, when it does, it is flawless. It's gorgeous. It's just so many amazing things in one. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But again, my biggest fault with the foundation is the shade range and the undertone. It's really hard to pinpoint what your shade is without kind of going in and playing around. But once you find it, the foundation is awesome, and I absolutely love it, and I definitely recommend it. If it's anything I recommend out of the whole Fenty beauty line thus far, it is definitely the foundation. It's just, it's so beautiful. So the next item that I picked up, I actually do not have to show you guys. I picked up the blotting powder, the translucent Invisimatte. I don't know the exact name, but I have it somewhere on the screen. I picked that up. I have to tell you guys, I really do like it. It reminds me a lot of the NARS translucent setting powder. And even though it's white, it doesn't come off like ashy on the skin. You don't need to be heavy-handed with it. If you go in too heavy-handed and apply too much, you may get a little bit of a cast on your skin. But if you just tap it in your brush and then just apply it wherever you're starting to get oily, or wherever you feel like you need just a little bit more matte on your face, it just does a really good job, and it kind of almost like melts into the skin. It's absolutely gorgeous. The reason I don't have it is because mine broke. Alani actually dropped it in the bathroom and it shattered everywhere. Like, my heart was broken. It's not an expensive powder. At some point I'll probably go out and pick up another one, but I do have like a lot of powders, but I wanted to try that one out again because I wanted to really support Rihanna. So I do recommend that powder if you're someone who gets oily, especially here. I feel like it did a really good job at keeping me matte in my T-zone, which is a hard place to keep matte because that is where the oils tend to break through first on my face. But I really like that powder, but again, I don't have it just because of the fact that it broke. So be careful if you do have it, because if you drop it, it's gonna break, sis. So as far as the highlighters go, I did pick up 2 of the highlighters. I picked up one of the duos. This one is the Kilowatt Freestyle Highlighter Duo in the shade Ginger Binge in Moscow Mule. That's what the packaging looks like, just in case you guys aren't familiar with it. And then packaging's white, just says Fenty Beauty. This is such a gorgeous duo. When I saw this one, even though it is the deeper shade, it's like the deepest highlighter, I swatched it in store. I knew I had to have it. It is just absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the highlighter on my hand. It comes with one side that to me I think is like the perfect highlighting blush, and then you have the other side that is to me just more of the traditional highlighter. So I feel like this side right here, which is Ginger Binge, would just make for a really great like highlighting blush or even a blush topper. But then you have Moscow Mule, which to me is just the perfect highlighter. It's actually the highlight that I'm wearing on my face today, and as you can see, it just gives off this gorgeous peachy type of highlight. I also have a little bit down my nose. I've been wearing this thing non-stop. It is just absolutely gorgeous. It is so perfect. I love it. I think especially deeper skin tones could definitely benefit from this, but I feel like a lot of people could pull it off. If you're of lighter skin tone, you just maybe want to be a little bit more light-handed. I also think this would be gorgeous on the eyes as well, but for me, I've been rocking it non-stop as a highlighter and I loves it. Pick this up, especially if you are of a medium to deep skin tone. Gorgeous. Now what I'm about to say next is probably going to shock a lot of people. I was definitely shocked by my own self as well. You guys know the main highlighter that everybody has been going crazy over is Trophy Wife. I did end up picking it up, and y'all, I took it back to the store. I wanted to love Trophy Wife. I even told you guys in that video when I applied it, I thought it was absolutely gorgeous, but I was still really on the fence just because of the fact that there was a lot of glitter in that highlighter. And you guys know I'm really not a fan of super glittery highlighters. I love to glow. I glow 24/7. What? 365. But glitter just really throws me off. And that was a super glittery highlighter. Every time I tried to use it, there would just kind of be glitter everywhere, and it really annoyed me. And I was just like, you know what, I gotta take it back because I know it's just gonna end up sitting on my shelf. I was not gonna use it. as pretty as it was, you had to be really light-handed though. As pretty as it was, it just wasn't for me just because of the glitter. It was just a little too much, a little too extra, and I just didn't see any point. I know it, for me, it was just gonna be a waste of money, so I did end up taking it back to the store. And I know y'all probably like, what, Tiff? If you like glitter, if glitter does not bother you, I know a lot of people also tended to use it for an eyeshadow. You could do that as well, but for me at this point in my life, I'm really only trying to keep things that I know I'm gonna use. Before, I used to just go out and just buy up everything just to say I had it. I'm getting older, kids getting older, baby boys in college, and I just can't afford that right now to just keep everything even knowing that I'm not going to use it. So as much as I wanted to love it, that highlighter was just too glittery for me. Riri, I'm sorry, I couldn't. I think that highlighter is just going to be more of a personal preference depending on what you like, depending on what kind of highlighters you like to use on your face. But for me, it ended up being a no. And then finally, the lip gloss, which is called Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb. That's what it looks like. I do think you get a really nice amount. I don't really like the packaging. It's kind of just short and fat, but I do think you get a nice amount of gloss in here. Honestly, I'm not a fan of the lip gloss by itself. It's okay. I don't feel like it's anything special. It's not really too much of a color to it, at least not on my pigmented lips. If you don't have any pigmentation to your lips, then you'll probably get a little bit of color, but for me, I didn't see much. And again, I'm not much of a gloss girl to begin with, but what I love this for on its own, it's okay. It's nothing spectacular. It's nothing to write home about, but I feel like this color, this whatever, this little bit of glitter flecks in it, like this is the perfect gloss to go on top of lipstick. Every lipstick I've worn this on top of, it slays. I wore it on top of, I think, Whirl in that video, that first impression video I did. I had this on in my last video where I wore it over a deep lipstick, and so many of you all were like, Tiff, what are you wearing on your lips? I just have been wearing this on top of so many different lip colors, and it just works. I don't know why it works. I don't know how it works, but this is just one of the best lip glosses I've found to go on top of so many different color lipsticks. It's really weird because, again, on its own, I'm not going to say it's a bad lip gloss. I mean, it does its job. It gets your lips glosses looking like you just ate a whole batch of fried chicken. But if you like a good gloss and you love for your lips to be popping, I mean, it does do that. But that's just not my thing. So I guess that's why I'm not necessarily like wowed by it. But what I am wowed by and what I am in love with is the way this just looks on top of lipsticks. Like, again, I don't know why it works, but it just does. So I definitely would suggest it for that. Like, I'm telling y'all, if you have this and you've only been using it for gloss, try it on top of a lipstick and come back and tell me what you think, because I just feel like whatever it is about this, it just does an amazing job on top of lipsticks for some reason. All right, guys, so that is it for this particular haul date by How Was It. This is my first time, again, ever doing just like a brand specific haul date by How Was It. But if you guys want to see me do more of that, definitely let me know down below. Let me know what you think of these products if you picked it up. What are your thoughts? Like it, dislike, if you took anything back to the store because it didn't give you that initial wow like you thought it would. Let us know all that down below. As always, thank you guys so much for rocking with me. My channel is continuing to grow, and I know that I wouldn't be growing if it wasn't for you guys getting the word out, sharing my videos and all that good stuff. So thank you. I truly appreciate each and every one of you, and until next time, bye YouTube.